This is a podcast of an interview originally broadcast on Radio EMFM 104.7 at Chukamoama Community Radio. Radio EMFM broadcasts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can find our program guide on our website, www.radioemfm.org.au, along with details of other podcasts, information about the station and presenters, and a membership form should you wish to support us by becoming a member. You can also find Radio EMFM 104.7 on Facebook. We hope that you will enjoy this podcast.
With the Winter Blues Festival coming up on the 24th to the 27th of July, we have the privilege of chatting to one of the artists. I have on the line Tanya Chani. Welcome to the program, Tanya.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for fitting us in.
Thank you for fitting us in, being able to tell us a little bit about what you do.
Broadcasting from Darwin.
Broadcasting
Northern
from
Territory.
Darwin, that's right. Up there where it's nice and warm, different to down here in Victoria where it's not. I'm just going to tell our listeners a little bit about you. Now, Taya is a singer, guitarist and songwriter. You're born and raised in Sydney, and you've been described as a soul singer who travels easily through many genres and loves every destination within her musical landscape. So that sounds wonderful. Now, you've also been referred to as a chameleon queen, fermented in the richness of blues, infused with Americana, country and soul, spiced with funk and R&B, a love for jazz. You were raised with an ever-present influence of pop and rock and roll. Now, that is quite a repertoire. So can you tell us about your music journey, like when you started and who was your biggest inspiration?
My dad was my biggest inspiration. He was a singer in rock bands, kind of, I guess, punk, rock, funky kind of stuff in the 80s. The earliest gig I can remember was with Dad. Well, earliest moments I remember where it was seeing Dad playing on stage. So I was the baby in the green room kind of vibe. And,
so you grew up with 80s music. See, I think the 80s music's fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not really sure how to describe what he did, but he's in many bands in the 80s, but kind of not so much the synth thing. It was still kind of rock and roll, I would say. Yeah, but he had a huge range, like quite a high voice to a low voice. He had a huge range, yeah.
Yeah, well, I have actually listened to a couple of your songs since I found out that I was doing this interview with you, and you have got an absolutely amazing voice. So I'm incredibly impressed with, and I'm impressed with the fact that you've got so many different genres strings to your bow as far as genres go. That's fantastic.
You've got to keep it interesting, don't you?
Well, you do. That's right.
I'm like that with life in general. I like to do lots of different things.
Oh, that's good. It keeps it fresh too, doesn't it?
That's right. And there's just so much to learn and see in life. You can never stop learning.
No, well, exactly. Now, you've performed in venues and festivals across Australia, and I would presume that has been an incredibly rewarding experience for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm forever grateful we're on a tour right now. We're on a national tour right now, and I'm in Darwin. I'm forever grateful to be able to play music in every state of Australia. It's incredible. I mean, it takes a lot of work. Sometimes it's lucrative and sometimes it's not, but the experience, it will stay with you forever, you know. It's so beautiful. And it's a beautiful day in Darwin today. I hopped on one of those city scooters and I've been flying around the Esplanade. Good way to see the city if anyone's going to head to Darwin too.
Perfect. Just sounds idyllic to me, as I said, because it's a bit chilly down our neck of the woods at the moment. And I did mention to you, you probably need to make sure you bring some winter woolies with you when you come. Well, it's only really about 3 weeks away, isn't it?
I know, it's going to be really strange. Like literally in a singlet right now, it's 30 degrees here, and I head back to Sydney in a couple of days. It's freezing there. And then further down. But in between that, we're in Bundaberg. And then we're doing our Brisbane album launch in Nunda.
Yes. So when you say we, Taya, who's we? Are you travelling with?
Yeah, well, so our first collaborative album, actually, my first collaborative album, even though I've got another one on the way, with 8 Ball Aitken from North Queensland. We met through his brother. In fact, the last time I was in Echuca would have been about 10 years ago with his brother, Dillian James McDill. So I've been playing with 8 Ball Aitken for about 5 or 6 years. We did a national tour in 2022. On that tour, we did Darwin as well, and Tasmania and a lot of places. We basically just started writing music and realised that we're pretty good at writing music together. It kind of just flowed and worked really well. So we've written about 20 songs together. So, yeah, we just started recording. And he had a child in between that time, so it's taken a few years to get it all happening. But we've just released it. I think it's released on Spotify 14th of July, but we've got the CDs and vinyls back. So we've been selling our merch and the CDs and vinyls already around on our national tour.
Now, I noticed that there was a single released on it, and the date that I've got here is the 12th of May, which is Miss You the Most. Is that correct? Or are the dates wrong?
Yeah, that's right. That's probably our third single release. That one actually was number 1 on AMRAP for 2 or 3 consecutive weeks, which was awesome. And we've had one more single release since then called Waiting on Better Days.
Oh, yes, yeah. So that
released ago, yeah.
Yeah. No, it'd be great, actually, if we could get a copy of a couple of those. Of course, the one that I just mentioned, Miss You the Most, that is on AMRAP, which, of course, we can upload to our system. There was also Nightbird, which was released in March of this year. Is that correct?
That's right. So that's a title track for the album. And so it was the first single released. Yeah, it's kind of like a southern rock ballad, I would call it. Southern soul rock ballad.
Forward to popping those onto our system, and we'll be able to give those a bit of airplay for you.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, I know you've travelled, or I believe you've travelled to New Orleans, Nashville, Texas, Mississippi and Memphis. That's quite a lot of places too. So tell us about that experience and when you actually travelled over there. Have you been there on more than one occasion, or you've only been there once?
Yeah, no, I've been there for 2 occasions. Once in 2014, I think it was, and then I went back in 2018. Both times I went to New Orleans, probably spent the most time there for Jazz Fest. First time I went over there, we went for the Juke Joint Festival in Clarksdale, Mississippi, which is a blues town in Mississippi, and a friend from Australia actually had relocated there and opened a venue. And so we were lucky to make it for the Juke Joint Festival there first, and then we drove to New Orleans and spent the rest of the time there. So I was going to go to Austin and a few other places, but New Orleans kind of captured me. I stayed there for about 5 weeks until I ran out of money. And then, and the next time I went back to New Orleans because my sister and cousin were actually traveling there, and I was like, wait, no, you can't go without me. I want to come too. So
it sounds like a fantastic place to visit, actually. I've never been over there, but whenever you see photos and whatnot, it's always like, well, that looks like such a fun place to go to.
Yeah, the city does not sleep, and the southern hospitality is a real thing. That people down there are so friendly and laid back, and it's like time slows down, and it's quite hot that period too. So it's quite humid and hot, and it's just really slow, and weeks just go slowly, days go slowly. You're out every night. There's something to see every night, even a Tuesday or a Monday. And there's some great venues around.
Excuse me.
Some really great local jazz and blues acts.
Did you have the opportunity to collaborate with any other musicians while you were over there?
Well, there's a jam there on a Monday at 3090, and I met a few people there, how to sing at that jam. As soon as you sing at one, you kind of end up getting invited with somebody else and then with somebody else. Probably not really any artists that people recognize worldwide, but these are some amazing, incredible artists, even though they're not recognised as hugely famous. Or, I mean, they're born and bred in New Orleans, and they've got it in them, you know.
Sounds like an enormous amount of fun to me.
Oh, it was fun. I ended up singing every night, pretty much, down Frenchman Street, just jamming or whatever, just in the thick of it. It was really fantastic. And if you're not performing, you're watching some incredible music. I got to see John Cleary at Chihuahuas. John Cleary is probably one of my favourite New Orleans artists there. A lot of, just everywhere you go. Yeah, it's fantastic.
No, that's wonderful. Your first Winter Blues Festival or your first in the last 10 years or so when you were here last?
Yeah, I came down probably 10 or so years ago, Dillian James, but first Winter Blues Festival as my own artist doing my music. And I'll also be playing with 8 Ball Aitken on the band shows as well, so we'll be playing all our music. And I'm doing a couple of solo shows.
Yeah, I did actually. I had a look at the actual lineup or the schedule as to where you're playing and what have you. So I thought I might actually mention that because anyone that wants to go along and see you, I believe you might be performing at Antonio's on the Thursday evening.
Yeah, that's right. I'm guessing that's a Italian restaurant, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you've got Friday afternoon on the PS Pevensey, so that's a paddle steamer, so you'll be down there on the river.
Fantastic. That sounds fun.
I'll make a point of coming down to see you on that particular afternoon. And then you've got Saturday at Radcliffe's, and then Sunday you'll be out at Cape Horn with 8 Ball Aitken.
Right.
So unless there's some changes to the schedule, that's where we'll catch up with you.
Fantastic. And I think we're doing a band show as well for a couple, so we'll figure that out.
That's right. So, I look forward to it. It'll be a fantastic 4-day festival. It is so much fun. Everyone that comes here, I think they're always pretty happy to come back every year. So I'm pretty sure I'd be right in saying that you'll have a really, really great time. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that probably just about winds it up. So, Taya, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. And as I said, I hope you have a ton of fun at this year's Winter Blues Festival. And we look forward to catching up with you.
Do you mind if I mention, I didn't get a chance, I'm actually releasing music with Matt Ross as well. So
please tell us about it.
Yeah. So we've just released one single called Queen of the Blues, which Matt wrote. It's kind of it's about female blues artists, and we've got a couple more tunes, probably a whole album, I would say, to release this year as well, and coming into the next year. So that's another collaboration that I've been playing with Matt for about 9 years. So in Sydney. Yeah. So that's something to look out for too. Our music with Matt Ross.
We'll look forward to, perhaps if you can send us through some of that music when all of that happens, that would be great. We can pop that onto our playlist and give that some airplay for you. So
yeah, thanks for that. Thank you very much.
So on that note, we will leave it there. As I said, it's been lovely chatting to you and look forward to catching up with you in about 3 weeks.
We'll see you there.
All right.
Lovely to chat with you.
Thanks.
And we'll hope to meet you there when we get there.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Taya, and enjoy Darwin. Enjoy that lovely warm weather while you've got the opportunity.
Thank you.
All right. See you later. Bye.
The podcast you have just heard was of an interview originally broadcast on Radio EMFM 104.7 at Chickamoama Community Radio. We hope you enjoyed listening to it. Remember that you can listen to Radio EMFM anywhere in the world, either via our website www.radioemfm.org.au or via the Community Plus Radio app, which is free to download to your Apple or Android device from your Game or Play Store.